Hello, welcome, 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 welcome. I my stream it cut you guys off again. But I'm still gonna do the video. I love this song. This is my favorite song. You guys are so lucky because I'm bringing this energy to you. This beautiful song that is my ultimate favorite. And I don't like to share all the time because, sometimes I want stuff for myself. Even though that's kind of selfish, sometimes you have to be. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. If I'm sniffling a little bit, I just got over a little cold. Okay. Alright guys, hold on. Okay, there we go. So, your world is an enchantment / entrapment magical world, okay? And the reason why I wanted to talk about why this world is enchanted and entrapped, okay? A lot of people on this earth believe that this is that life is supposed to be so hard. They believe they have to work every day and struggle. They believe in the system. They believe in the dollar bill more than they believe in their common sense, okay? They'll take money before they even use their common sense, okay? So that's something to be said. Now, the world is enchanted. It's, first of all, the whole world is full of mirrors, things you can and cannot see. Something might be right in front of you, but you're walking into a portal you didn't even know was there. Let's see. So, if you've ever seen like the movie, I think it's like It's a scary movie called like Mirrors or something like that. And this person is like either being haunted, and what keeps happening is she keeps seeing these images in the mirror of some kind of like uh, demon or something like that. And then at the end, the demon comes out of the mirror, okay? And she thinks it's like her reflection, or she thinks she's going crazy. So people are like, "You're going crazy," telling her, "You're going crazy." And then she literally starts to go crazy. Now, if you watch like Disney movies, like I did when I was younger, a lot of people did, you'll notice a lot of the times that there's a emphasis on the mirror or broken glass and things like that, like your reflection, okay? Even your cell phone is a black mirror, a reflection that's pointing back to you. Now, knowing how to use the mirrors is very important if you want to play the game of this world, okay? Now, a lot of the time, people will bounce energy off of mirrors thinking that it bounces off, but sometimes it entraps the energy, okay? And it'll either bounce off of one mirror and go into another portal. But that's a different discussion. It's a lot. Anyways, so as we're gonna go down the rabbit hole today of this enchanted world, and the fairy tale you think is a fairy tale, that's actually real life, okay? Now, if you know about like some of the fairy tales, or like the like little stories, childhood stories, growing up, and how you found out that a lot of them had a dark like in or behind, like backing of it, like it started off with a dark history, and somehow down the line, maybe for like children purposes, maybe to like make the story scary, but also kind of like a lesson for children. I don't know, but anyways, it had a dark past, and then it was revamped into these fairy tales we know of today. Okay, now, like I said, a lot of people don't believe in magic. They think it's fake. They think all this stuff is that we're being told is just a fairy tale, just that, a fairy tale. But really, it's not, okay? And I'm sorry to burst your bubble if you're religious or not. If you're too religious that you're not open-minded enough to think outside of the box, then this might not be for you. I'm not excluding you or kicking you off my channel. I'm just saying this might not be for you, okay? So, anyways. So, like I was talking about the portals and mirrors, your phone is a gateway to for people to actually see you on their device. It's holographic. It's the energy signatures are tied in everywhere. Anywhere you go, energy is surrounded in area. That's why I like to clean or pray over a house when I first move in it, because there's so much history that goes into that, okay? And so a lot of the symbols and the signs that we see in cartoons growing up will be like, oh, that's a little pyramid, or that's a moon with a star in it, or these are just like, little cute things, when really it's part of the entrapment, because the conscious collective, their conscious knows, but their subconscious knows, but their conscious doesn't even see what's ahead of them, pretty much. So basically, it's like your subconscious is living in this reality where it can kind of see there's a light inside of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of a dark tunnel where you see a light at the end of the tunnel, but that light is way down there and you don't even see any of the details of um, what's over in that light. So your subconscious sees that light, sees everything in there, sees all the lights, all of that. So that's why when the collective of the world begins to open up and learns knowledge and things, we get to expand more because we are connected in the great circle of life. So if something affects me emotionally, or if I get hit by a car, um, somebody, might have that energy of me because I might have had a crystal and I gave it to them, or I might have had left a sock at their house, and they might just know something's wrong, like something's wrong, but I don't know why I feel that way. And then 10 minutes later, you get a call like, oh shit, something just happened. And so that's why we're all connected, because energy doesn't die. It can die, but really it just goes back to the source, whether it's negative or positive energy. It all has to go back somewhere, okay? So that's why you have to see. And if you don't see, you're probably caught up, or if you don't even at least acknowledge some of these facts, you're probably caught up in the tele-live vision, the tele-live phone, and I don't know. I don't know what's next after that. But anyways, you're probably caught up in that entrapment, okay? I don't know why I just tapped that. I thought I could, like, get rid of, like, anyways. Yeah, so you're probably just caught up in the entrapment, which, don't worry, you're not the only one. But like I was saying, there's a lot of things that people think that are fairy tale, like I said earlier. And what I have to tell you is you're so wrong. I mean, a lot of people, if I tell them that there were, giants that could literally probably like reach, I don't want to say something too high, but like probably touch like a cell phone tower and things like that. Like, people would look at me like, most people would look at me like, oh, hell no, this bitch is crazy. She forgot her meds. Like, we have to go help her. But some people with that like-minded energy, they would look at me and be like, keep talking, let's hear some more about it. Like, all of this stuff, all of the stories that you've heard about mermaids, about werewolves, about vampires, about all this stuff, there's a big backing behind it. And they're ancient beings. And that's very important for you to understand, is that mermaids are real. Unicorns are real. All of these things are real. Are they evil? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? They might be a lot more glamorized in this time and age. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those were killed off the planet, first of all. So a lot of people, when I say that, would just definitely like tune me out, close their ears with both their hands and say, la 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 la, no, 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 I don't believe you. But trust me, I'm telling the truth. And also, some of these things were evil. Like, I don't know if the unicorn is evil, but I believe that the undertone of it, just the frequency that I'm getting from like this over glamorized thing, it could possibly be an evil entity, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I wasn't there, but people, they hear these stories And they're like, yeah, okay, this is beautiful. Yeah. But they don't realize like a whole bunch of pyramids, you know, in the cartoons and things like that. Because every time you see one of these symbols, it puts you right back in the hypnotic state. And is that for a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It could be something that we're not really supposed to understand, or maybe we if we all knew as one, it would be dangerous. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the time when things happen in the black community, as far as killings and things like that, we think that there's not a big thing behind it, but everything that goes on TV is for a reason. Everything that is put on in front of your eyes is for a purpose, and it's supposed to either trigger an emotion, get you right back into that state of like, oh, white people hate us, where did it? But I believe if white people really, really hated us that much, trust me, they would have rounded us up already. Okay, if they really did, we would have already been dead. Trust me. So, am I saying that we should trust white people or whoever you want to? I'm just saying that, in what we see, our eyes tell lies. Okay, but our heart and our gut and our intuition knows the truth. Okay, our consciousness. We don't let our consciousness in because we do, but in little bits. We don't let it in because we're so used to being told lies to keep us asleep, to keep us in this entertained state. Because what was the purpose of Jim Crow? To entertain. Okay? So while things was going on in the background, you would be chilling, controlled, calmed down, relaxed, in a positive state of having fun. So whatever's going on in the background, you're not aware of. That's why I'm saying it's an enchantment and an entrapment. Some people actually believe certain things happened in history when they were told to you to keep you at an emotional state, to keep you where you could be docile and stuck. So yes, it is an enchantment and an entrapment. Entrapment for what? Why am I being trapped here? Well, a lot of people don't ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ask because I'm a Virgo. I gotta know. But I ask, why am I here? Because sometimes I actually tell myself I want to go home. Like, when I'm really upset and I've been through a lot, I've heard myself say, I want to go home. Because when I say that, I feel like I know I'm not from this planet. Literally. So, a lot of us don't even, what if, and this is not a big what if, because I already know some answers. Like, I get downloads all the time. You know what I'm saying? I go with what feels right, and it always proves itself right. Okay? So, I feel like I'm literally from a different planet, a different universe, different solar system, as far as literal, like not from Earth. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about heaven or wherever we can. I'm talking about I feel like I've been other places before. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of the times you'll get these ballers from NASA. I'm not saying I'm a flat earther. I'm not a ball earther. Maybe it's both. Who knows? I mean, nobody's really people think that people are that they really is going to tell you. First of all, Nobody ain't gonna tell you shit because you're here to stay in a trap. That's what it's for. If you find out how to leave this place, if you find out who you really are, you get to go home. You're free. You're not a slave anymore. And even if you weren't a slave, I feel like sometimes white people know, first of all, they know you better than they know your history, your real, true, original history better than you know it. That's why they stare at you. And staring is a form of setting intention, because whatever you stare at, whatever you look at closely or detail it, is what you bring into your life. So, say if I'm looking at you, I'm staring at you, and I'm wishing evil on you, okay, then that's what can come about. So that's why I don't let a motherfucker stare at me, okay? If you got something to say to me, that's fine, but don't stare at me for no reason. But these people know your true original history, and a lot of people think that we actually went through, some of the, like I said, the things in histories. I don't want to say certain things because people will get triggered. People will get triggered if their fantasies of being a victim get taken away. People like being the victim. That's why the black community, and that's why, the black community has not progressed, because people like being the victim. So they allow themselves to be entrapped in whatever we're entrapped in. Okay? That's number one. Okay? That is number one right there. People like being a victim. That's what I found out. And hey, I've done it too. Sometimes I like to throw a fit and throw out my past experiences to suit my agenda. I'm gonna be honest. Don't we all? Don't we all? Because we feel like we've been through so much, it's okay for us to use and manipulate others. Okay? If you look at your money, you see all these squiggly lines and all this stuff. That's why I said a lot of people value money more than they value their own consciousness, their own growth. And let's not get started on the part where not all skin folk is kinfolk, okay? Because a lot of the people that we think supposed to be with us, protecting us, loving us, because they're our color, a lot of those people traded us out. And when we hear that, we get emotional, because it's like, no, black people are good people. We love each other. There's a little bit of us that do fucked up shit, but we don't do. No, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But it happens, okay? So it's only going to get better once we're more transparent with each other, because I can't read your mind, you can't read mine. So if I can be honest with you about using being manipulative, and I could definitely be honest with you about other stuff more than that, because my purpose is not, I don't want to stay here. I want to leave here. I want to go home. Or at least I want to feel home or be or whatever. But we're in an entrapment. That's what you have to understand. Why every time you see the ball earth, it looks a different color. Sometimes it's a different color, or the graphics, because it's not real. Okay? Now, there are different beings that know how to turn themselves, shapeshift, all that good stuff. And there's beings that, even if you look Just look at them. Just look at like the religions and the creation stories. A lot of them say they fail. Like a lot of people, like it says that people fell from another planet or from somewhere, from something. A lot of these unicorns were from old worlds. A lot of these mythical creatures are from old worlds. And the only reason why we have these stories today is because there are some people that can live for so long. They live and outlive their mother. They outlive. Well, of course, you're going to outlive your mother, but you're going to outlive your just like outlive, like literally, like they can be 500, 600 years old, but put on a glamour and stay young looking or change their look. They know how to use magic like that or whatever. Like, just like you see, like, and then we're going to get on the topic of vampires, okay? Vampires are real, but they're not what you think. They're not all just like the blood sucking, searching for blood. That's not extremely true, but there are those entities out there that have that taste for blood, which I hate talking about that because it's disgusting. People who do cannibalism and shit like that, like, that's practiced. Those are vampires. They just look like you and me. And then also there's those vampires that suck the soul from you, okay? They suck the life out of you. Because it's like every time you get in an argument with them, they literally, like, you literally leave feeling like they took a piece of, like, your consciousness. And that's what they literally do. Like those, those anteaters with the big old nose or mouth or whatever, the big old nose or mouth or whatever that is. And it's like a vacuum, like, whoo, just pulling in all your energy, sucking you dry. And it's those particular people. It's not like people who, don't try to, like, they don't want to argue, but, they got to argue and set things straight because that's how they feel. No, it's people who do it constantly, like, nagging at you, picking at you, narcissists who do it overly, like, they just always got to be picking on you, always got to be testing you, always got to be arguing with you, always got to be unhappy. Those are energy vampires. And a lot of people think that they can make them happy. They never can. They're happy for the moment. They're happy they get their little pleasure of sucking your energy, and then they're happy for that moment. Okay, so yes, they're vampires. And the blood-sucking ones, the actual, like, those ones are from, like, a different world. And then they came here for a while. But I think a sun either hit or something took them out. Okay? But like I said, yeah, I think the goddess or whatever took them out. Whatever. There's people half horse, half man, like all this shit. Like, you think it's fake. Why do you think that white people they be watching them Harry Potters and Lord of the Rings, like, they be so into it, like, dressing up in character. They be getting their little wands, and they be getting their little, and they be sprinkling their pixie dust, which I got me some. Like, they literally be into this stuff. And we be looking at them like, you geek, get the hell out of here. Take your geeky ass somewhere. Like, why do you think that they are into that stuff? Because they know more than you. They know more than you. And if they separate themselves from you, you're not going to get any of the resource, which is a real resource is consciousness. Real resource is shared information or information that was lost and now it's found. You're living in an enchantment slash entrapment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? There are mirrors everywhere, reflections. When you see that little light shine in the mirror, or when you see yourself in a car window, when you see yourself in a bus window, when you see yourself in the glass, there are mirrors and everywhere. Your reflection everywhere. Your energy gets entrapped in a lot of different places. Entrapped. So, yeah. Yeah. And you ever get that feeling like, where did the time go? Like, do you ever get that feeling like, you've been living your life, doing what you're doing, taking care of yourself, working and everything, but then you turn around and you forget you did shit? Like, you did it, you remember doing it, but you just feel like, dang, like, damn, that, it just, like, everything is happening so fast. Well, time is a trap as well. It's all a trap. That's why that's why your job as a melanated being on this earth is to follow the trap. Just like a mouse looking for that cheese on the trap. If you stay trapped, it's easier to control you. It's easier to keep you a slave. Okay? And it's funny because no matter how much money I might feel like I have at the moment, if I just get paid or whatever, that money be gone. Because it's like, even when I'm saving money, or when I just have to pay bills, like, you be thinking you got money, but then you realize you got to pay all these bills, and after you pay these bills, you think you have something, but you got a crumb left. It's all a trap. Sorry to tell you. I'm really sorry. Like, people, like black people especially, believe these lies that are being told to them. Now, I hate to get on religion because, like I said, a lot of people, my Christians, I don't go against you guys, or I don't try to go against you guys. I grew up a Christian, raised with a Christian, no, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever religion you are. Okay? I don't have a problem with your beliefs. I'm not trying to change them. And if you're here and you don't want to hear what I gotta say, you don't have to know what I'm about to talk about, but if you don't want to hear what I gotta say about this section, either skip it. I'll try to link it in the thing below, but I want you to click off for a minute, because I'm not gonna like lie. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna speak my feelings. I'm gonna tell my mind. Like, that's how I'm going to be. And if you want to deal with the lies, then that's fine. If you don't believe their lies, that's fine. But I don't got time for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't got time to baby people. Period. Like my journey has been amazing. Freaking amazing. Like, I don't care to, like, be scared to tell my truth. See what I'm saying? So, anyways, next. And I'm not trying to be rude anyway either. I don't want you to not, like, come back to my channel. Please do. Please do. Please do. I just want to spread love and peace with you. But anyways, as far as Christianity and religion, a lot of people believe there's in like a one thing, like there's one religion, there's one this and there's one that, and you know what I'm saying, and that God is the way and Jesus is the way and he died for our sins and we break the bread for him, commune for him, you know what I'm saying, he saved my life, he's my savior, he's my love, you know what I'm saying, he he's just amazing, you know what I'm saying, the Father, the Son, the Holy, you know what I'm saying, I know it all. Like, I grew up in that, indoctrinated in that. And I used to wake up on Sundays every morning when I was a child, preaching to my mom, even when we didn't go to church, read my Bible. That's the first thing I would do. When I got older, I realized, I'm in a trap. I felt it too. Like, I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. That subconscious is a motherfucker. It's trying to work with us, but it's like, how can it when we only see like not even 5 feet, like 2 feet in front of us, and the rest of it is dark. Like, we don't see nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I knew I was being indoctrinated. And so, as far as Christianity, I asked my mom one simple question. She couldn't answer it. She could not. If you want me to believe in what you believe in, please answer my questions. Please. Don't take offense. I'm trying to save my soul too. Shit. But please answer my questions. In the name of your God, how many people use the Bible and the cross, first of all, for misuse? How many people, can you tell me, have used the Bible in the name of God to do something negative? Please tell me. She couldn't do it. So, therefore, I'm not even. Because let me tell you one thing. Okay? Just like people use the Bible for good, there's so many people that use it for evil. You turn that cross upside down, you using a crucifix, you're using something to praise the devil. Turn that cross upside down. That's the first thing you will see devil worshippers do. Turn it upside down. I don't want anything connected with negative. I don't want anything used to conjure up evil spirits, first of all. That's not what I want to do. You see what I'm saying? So if you can't tell me exactly, and I mean exactly, y'all might say that's a hard question. You can't tell me exactly how many people use the Bible for bad in the name of God, then I don't want it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it. Like, that's it. That's it. That is it. I don't have anything, even with the thousands of compiled up knowledge that I have on religions and how much BS they are. I don't even have to say anything else. I don't have to get on Christians and say, look, you know what I'm saying? That shit's bullshit. It's fake. It's phony. It's used for negative. You're indulging in cannibalism. When you're celebrating cannibalism, when you're drinking of the blood and eating of the flesh. It's supposed to be the skin. That's a symbol of flesh and blood. You're doing a ritual. You're working with magic, first of all. What is a ritual? What is a ritual? Huh? Matter of fact, let's see, hold on. We're gonna actually look up the word ritual together. Okay. Here we go. It says, a religious or solemn ceremony consisting of a series of actions performed according to a prescribed order. The ancient rituals of Christian worship. Wow, we were just talking about that. It says the ancient rituals of Christian worship. Okay, it says relating to or done as a religious solemn rite, ritual burial. So I was just telling you that. Hold on, let me go back to my picture. I was just telling you. Hold on, guys. I was just telling you how when you're eating of the blood of Jesus, you're practicing cannibalism. And if you don't believe that, at least you think it's okay. First of all, the meaning of the word came up. Christian came up first. Okay. Come on now. I asked her that question too. I said, do you know when you're taking of the blood of Jesus Christ and eating the flesh, supposedly it's a ritual. It's a ritual, and it's accepting. Sorry, I got sidetracked. It's accepting a form of cannibalism. And she was like, "Oh, no, you can't think about it like that. God works in parables." Okay. See, the trick in the entrapment is for you to accept everything. Okay? Accept everything. Accept everything. And don't question it. That's the first rule. Okay? And a lot of people, they won't even question it. They won't even think about it. They'll be like, no, never. That's not even true. Without even going into it. You see how I brought you a receipt of it? They can't even look up the receipts for themselves. Because the Jim Jones to keep you in, are not Jim Jones, but pretty much that too. Keep you entertained, keep you dumbed down, keep you enchanted. And a lot of people, what do they do when they're enchanted? What do they do? The first thing that they do when they're enchanted, well, this is not the first thing, but what they do when they're enchanted is they become, how do you say, attached to a certain way of what. So basically, say if someone was trying to cast a spell on somebody, whatever they cast a spell, so say if it was to make you love something, okay, so somebody's casting a spell to make you love a person, you'll suddenly be enchanted by that person. You'll suddenly have so much love in your heart for this person, maybe even go so creepy to where it goes to stalking. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the signs that you're enchanted or charmed. Like they like to say, I'm charmed, I'm sure. Hello? Charmed, I'm sure. Yes, charmed. You're charmed, for sure. And the thing is, it's like what vampires love to do is they like to give you a little bit of knowledge here, but keep the whole pot for themselves. If I ask for one of your McDonald's French fries, okay, you will give me. Some people will give you a crumb. I'm like, can I get a whole one at least, or can I get a half? I got a crumb. You see what I'm saying? So why would, say if I was a white person, why would I give you your religion? Why would I give you your true belief when I'm slaughtering people in the name of God? Hello? Lord of Lords. Lord means it's actually one of the devil's, like, Lord is for the devil. Okay? We can look that definition up too if you want me to. Look it up for yourself, first of all. Lord is for the devil. Turn the cross around. Guess what? You're worshiping the devil. Have you seen Cardi B's song "Be Careful"? Which I don't like it because I seen a whole bunch of crosses in there. And I told my niece, she's about 14, and I can't help myself. Like, it's okay. Like, I know you're young, you're going to enjoy these things, but I'm gonna tell you so that you can be aware. And if I drop a little seed in your head, you'll see it for yourself when you watch your favorite video, and then you're gonna be like, oh, that is weird, because in the beginning you didn't think it was weird. Okay, the song "Be Careful," if you notice, you got crosses everywhere, first of all, and then you got the upside down cross. You got the upside down cross. Hello. Is this making any sense here? Enchantment. You're enchanted. You're entrapped. You're looking at mirrors. First of all, you're looking at the TV. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something that's real cold-blooded and fucked up. Okay? That I don't think I've heard anybody ever say this before. Even the TV, you can see your reflection when the TV's off. So if you're watching Cardi B or you're watching somebody on TV, you're secretly putting that image of them on yourself. That's why the world wants to be like somebody else. Because they're watching somebody in the telelive vision. They're watching a reflection of other people wanting to be like them. Putting that person on their reflection. So that's how you brainwash the world. That's how you enchant the world. How cold-blooded, right? How cold-blooded, right? Is it a bad thing? Is it a bad thing? Not necessarily. Is it a bad thing to stay stuck? Hell yeah. It's not a bad thing to be to have had this happen. Why am I saying it's not a bad thing? Because it's only bad when you know it's going on. If you didn't know it was going on, it's not your fault. I don't blame you. But if you find out, if somebody tells you and you turn a blind eye, then it's your fault. Then it's a bad thing. Because obviously you want to be enchanted. Obviously you want to be entrapped. Okay? What you didn't know about watching TV is when you're watching TV, your brain is relaxed, so it goes into a state, I'm not sure if it's beta or alpha waves, I don't know. I don't remember. You look it up for yourself. Type in Google. I know it's not always a reliable source, but what I do is, if something sticks to my heart or my intention, then I keep it, and it's mine. I believe in that. But if I don't agree with it, I wouldn't say agree with it, but if it just really don't sit right with me, I'm the type of person that I listen. I try to learn new things because I don't want to be stuck. You never want to be stuck on a level. You think just when you're coming out of something, just when you're coming out of religion, just when you're going into like a free religion where you believe whatever you want, Whenever you come in, you think you're good now. Nah, nigga, you keep learning. You keep going until the whole consciousness of the whole world picks up frequency and we blast off this bitch. Because this world is not a negative place or a positive place. It's just a place where everything goes on. Okay? Seriously. That's what it is. That's what it is. Why were there freaking airplanes on Egyptian hieroglyphics? My nigga, they already had toilets and shit, but yeah, a lot of people think ancient. Oh, I don't think, because it's ancient, I don't think, they knew as much as we did. Nah, nigga, they knew more. They knew more. Were they evil? I don't know. Sure, probably a lot of them were. Probably half of the other ones were good. You know? There's always going to be a battle between positive and negative. Because we're in a space where positive and negative exist. It's not all good, it's not all bad. You see what I'm saying? But this is not a place you want to be enchanted in. Because this place, when you get enchanted in it, you get lost in time. You get lost in time. Time doesn't exist. When you're out of this place, when you're in the universe, say if you were on a spaceship and the spaceships actually went to where they said they go, which is not true because a lot of that shit is fake. It's just like the movies. Say if you went in space, time stands still. It doesn't exist up there. So, you're taught these values in these ways and these things because you're enchanted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, papi. I'm sorry. Like you're enchanted, honey. Because most of your influences your whole life have been from the world around you, not even from yourself. The language you speak is not of your own. The thoughts you think are not of your own because you didn't make the words. You didn't even make half the concepts. I didn't even make up half these concepts, but I know a lot of them are true. I don't catch all of these. I don't just get all of these from YouTube or from everywhere. I literally pull from my source because I'm an open-minded person, but I'm not as open-minded as you would think, too. I have a balance. You can't just think, you just can't take in everything. You can't. You can't take in everything. Because if you take in everything, you'll just be a dummy. And you'll say, yes, sir, no, sir. Or yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Whenever you want, even if it's to something negative. And that's what a lot of our youth are in right now. Feel bad for you? Shit. Shit. Our youth are in a fucked up time right now. And those are our babies, our star seeds. When you see those kids outside, even though they didn't directly come from your womb, you should think that's somebody's child. That's somebody's baby. I have a niece at home. That's a baby. Just like you should want to protect the kids, even if they're not your kids. Just like if something happened to a baby's mother, and the mother left the baby in the stroller outside by itself, what is your action going to be automatically? It's going to be to nurture that baby, protect that baby, take care of that baby. And if something negative and perverted comes to your mind when you see that baby in a negative state and you want to take advantage of the baby, just like a lot of these people out here do. Let's be honest. I'm not talking about your actions here. Because a lot of people say, I want to see what your actions look like. No, I want to see what your thoughts look like, nigga. I don't want to see your actions. Fuck your actions. Anybody can walk the walk. Anybody that can walk can pretend to walk the walk. I want to see what your thoughts look like, nigga. Show me that. Show me your consciousness, nigga. Show me that. Please. Everybody's like, and when people say that shit to me, I get mad too. Cause I'm like, shut the fuck up. You want me to walk the walk like you walk. You want me to follow behind you. When people say that to you, they want to see you follow what other people have done in their life. Walk the walk. What's the walk? Cause I'm doing my own walk, right? But because I'm not doing what you doing, you gonna sit here and say, walk the walk. So you want me to be a follower. Everything is set up for your entrapment. Entrapment, I mean. Everything is set up for your demise. Talking about walk the walk. No. Let me see what your consciousness look like. Because I'm sure. I mean, look. I got demons. I do. Trust me. In my mind, I think other stuff. But I know what my thoughts look like. Trust me. But I want to see half of these people's thoughts. For real. Don't walk the walk, nigga. Anybody can do that shit in America, in Babylon, wherever they are. Anybody can do that shit, nigga. Anybody can apply for a job, nigga. Anybody can work their ass off at a 9 to 5. If they apply themselves. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that matrix shit. Let me see your consciousness. Let me see your thought process. If I saw that, trust me, I would know right from jump if your ass was fucked up and I should stay the fuck away from you, if you should stay the fuck away from me. But because we can't see each other's mindsets, because a lot of people know how to hide that deep shit in they shadow side, that deep shit, don't even know how to hide that shadow. If you want another video about the shadow side, definitely look on my video down below. There is one. A lot of these people want that hiding that deep shit that happened to them, and then it festers and becomes the overtaker of your control and emotions. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So, everything is a trap. Everything. Not everything, but everything. Because if it was really fair, my nigga, if it was really fair, everything would be equal. Everybody would have equal rights. We say we have equal rights here. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. Tell that to somebody else. You say we have equal rights? Let a white person punch an old lady and then get off the same day. Let a black person do that. They be in there for probably 2 years. Stop lying. Stop lying. It's not about white or black. Don't get me wrong. That's one of the mistakes we do make. Trayvon Martin's father was a Mason. Come on now. Hello. Working for the government. Hello. Was that case really real? I want to know. Everybody think the shit is real because they just think it's real. Were you at the crime scene? And then we idol these people like Tupac because they on the television. You don't know that man from a can of paint. Anybody can take action. Anybody can save a baby bird if it fall out of the nest. Come on. Anybody with some sense can figure out how to do that. We giving credit where credit is not always due. We giving credit to these people. We idol these celebrities. We idol, which is a form of ritual work. You don't understand the power you're giving people. You don't understand the energy of yours that is influenced in other people's life. So while you're struggling, you're looking on TV for some entertainment, and they're getting your energy, your prosperity, your all that. Because you're sending, oh, I want to be just like them. I want to have that life. Whatever you stare at, whatever you set your intentions on, whatever you look at for a long time, you're bringing more of that into your existence. Whatever's fucked up in your life and you keep on saying it's fucked up, you're bringing more of that into your existence. Hello? Hello? It's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like me to go over everything. They say time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello? Wake the fuck up. 'Cause you've been brain dead for some years, and I'm just stuck here looking at you, being a dummy. I'm tired of taking care of your ass. Like, for real. For real, for real. And I hope that you don't just watch this video once and get tired of it and be like, oh, I watched this, already got the information. No, keep watching that. Whatever you focus your attention on, it'll be stuck in your mind. Then you're going to apply it. You understand? These videos are not just for one-time use. These videos are for multiple. That's my energy. When I watch my video, I get my energy back because I smile and I look at how I looked and how happy I was at that time or whatever I was doing at that time. And I get my energy back. Do you remember, do you know how, like, seeing those old pictures of yourself when you were younger and you just get a certain burst of happiness? And they say energy don't exist. Nigga, please. I send energy to my cat all the time. I send energy to people without being around them all the time, and they call me right after. I send energy, gift of energy of love. The gift of all that stuff. My cat gives me energy all the time. And they say it don't exist. Wake up. What you don't understand, what you looking for is something you can see. That's what people are looking for. They're looking for something they can see. Just like God. They want to see him real quick and then they'll believe him. What if the devil was looking like God and he came down with a glow all around him, and then you was like, oh God, it's you, I believed it the whole time, I was right. People are looking for something they can see. They're not looking for opening they mental eyes. They're not looking for that. They're not looking for it. People are looking to be the victim. They want lies. They want to see the live vision. But they missing all the pyramids in the background, which is really just a symbol of the mother's womb. Last time I checked, the phallus looks like a pyramid, and the vagina does too. Hello, it's magic. Read a book. Read a book. And I'm not talking to the people that's listening to this. I'm not mocking nobody. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, because I know I can come off like that sometime. I'm one of those niggas. I'm apologize right now if you felt some type of way during this whole thing. My energy is not to be negative. My energy gets that way sometime, but I'm trying to heal the world in my baby steps, small steps at a time. But yes, you have been under a spell. Now, are you awake now? What else do you need to see to be more awake? What else do you need to hear to understand? Trust me, I've been there. I've been at that point where I'm like, I gotta just see something real quick so I can have motivation. I just gotta see something. I gotta hear something. I gotta hear God's voice. I gotta see it in my head. A lot of people, they be saying they see God in their head or hear God's voice. A lot of the time, that be fucking all the mirrors you're entrapped in. Or that be I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what people's be. But a lot of time, like people with schizophrenia and shit like that, that's all the mirrors talking back to them. The reflection of who they could be. A lot of people with mental illness can't decipher if they're a good person or a bad person. Like when I was going through my depression, I couldn't figure out why I wasn't happy. You know what I'm saying? Why I felt so sad. But now I come to the understanding, I make my own happiness. My happiness is me. A lot of them people going through mental illness can't even, they don't understand whether they're happy, they're sad. They let their thoughts control them. You see what I'm saying? They like, okay, how do I explain this? People with mental illness, they be wondering, like, are they okay? Like they have to see. I don't know how to explain that. I'll probably get back on that later. But I'll do a video about mental illness and how, you know, that's really just the voices of like disappointment, what they could be. You see what I'm saying? Like all of those voices that they're hearing are voices of like different personalities they could have been in the past lives, who they could be, who they see themselves as they could be this negative person. Like say if my friend was like, the world is so fucked up, I'm so glad I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're acting out, or they're hearing all of the personalities of like they could be a boy, they could have been a boy, they could have been a murderer or whatever. Like they're hearing all of that stuff, and it's really just different mirrors and portals in their brain that they've attracted or are carried over with through other stuff. But the key to eliminating mental illness is high vibrations and also soft and fuzzy things. Like this sounds funny, but seriously, soft and fuzzy things, ice cream, like little wands and like little kid stuff, like those are really just people on the inside hurting with different voices, which really are just thoughts for them, at least. Thoughts that they think, they'll think something negative and they'll be like, oh, that's a voice. Yes, you'll hear a voice in your head, but that one's just a thought you thought. Anyways, I can go all the time on that. But anyways, let's see how long I've been on. Okay, I'm gonna go in a little bit longer on it, and I'm gonna go on to, what am I gonna go on to? What am I gonna go on to? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go on to. No, I'm gonna do that one later. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go because I've given all my energy on that subject. So I'm trying to see what else like has to pertain that I might need to say, because I know every time I end the video I have to say, I'm like, I should have said that, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, as far as like uh like phones and stuff. Oh yeah, as far as teleporting and stuff like that, I'm gonna get on that. Teleporting has already been going on. Manipulating time and space has been going on. You can literally do that with your mind. Like, trust me, you can go back in time with your mind. People are just not, they don't have a lot of their consciousness open. So they can't do it. They don't know how to regenerate those memories. You have to have those memories, or something like that, or you can go through on your phone. That's what a lot of people like. Teleport, telephone, television, like it's all connected. Like a lot of the stuff is the same equipment you need to teleport. Because if I'm gonna be honest with you, when you're looking at me, when we're doing a live video and you see me face to face, I'm actually teleporting my energy to you, but it's just inside the phone still, entrapped. And that's another thing. We even get trapped in our phones, our cell phone devices. Because, look, think about this one. This is a cold motherfucker right here. This is cold. So, you know how, okay, you know how, like, say if somebody did a porno that they didn't want to show to the world, and somehow that porno got on the internet, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, I want it off. Like, how do I take it off? And it's like, now that it's on the internet, it's not coming off. And you're like, oh shit, I can never take this off of the internet. I can never get this personal energy of mine that I did off the internet. So it's trapped. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So all of us are trapped in some way. That's why a lot of people develop split personalities. We can go deeper into that. That's why a lot of people have more mental illness than when they did in the past. Because there were no cell phones, or at least when they had cell phones, they didn't use crystals in them. Or they use other things that are no longer on the planet anymore. Because crystals, they entrap whatever you want it to entrap. It can entrap money or money energy. Sorry, not money, but money energy, so that it brings money towards you. You see what I'm saying? It remembers memories. So playing the memories back through crystals, or putting it on the internet is so bad, man. It's so bad, because you get all this energy just watching your phone, YouTube, all this stuff. There's so many energies, and it's all a trap. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, I'm sorry. It was an entrapment. It was a spell. You're under it, and let me tell you how you can go back through the spell. Because a lot of people, when they wake up a little bit, they even go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. But I found it, if I wake up, I can't really go back to sleep, but I can be like mesmerized. But I found a way to get out of that hypnotism, because I know how they hypnotize people, and you have to give your consent to do anything like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to give your consent before they hypnotize you. That's why they always ask you. If they don't ask you, they're going against the natural law of the universe, which is disrespecting somebody, and it comes back on them. That's why a lot of these people, this is all stuff you can read. Like, this is all, and I didn't even get this from a book. Literally, like, I know science, I know, like, all this stuff is connected. Don't think that science is not important. Like, when I was in school, I used to think science is all the other shit that we learn that's indoctrination. You don't need to know it. But science and math, those two are the most important. Like, that's all you should have really went to school for. But in reality, school was really just like a magic school. And what I mean by that is, if you look up this person by the name of Crumb Snatcher, you should watch his video on magic school. Like, his videos are amazing, and literally, the one on magic school is the one you should really look at, because what you think of going to school is actually you're learning magic, just subconsciously. So it's just sad, because it's really sad. You see what I'm saying? Like even when sometimes, like, so say if somebody really wanted to delete a video they put up on the internet, and they think nobody downloaded it or something, they delete it, but somebody still has it, so it multiplies. It comes back up. And it's just sad how many traps people are in, and they don't realize it. They don't realize there's beings of intelligence from other places that come here. People always forget about Area 51. People always just forget about shit. Like, because they fall back into the hypnos state, the relaxed data state, where they're not using their mental. Because the world gets so overwhelming that you want to forget. You want to forget. It's better to just forget about it and move on than to actually, like, keep it in your mind. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I really hope that this was of help. I appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. And have a beautiful, wonderful day, evening, whatever. Bye.